Winter, 1943. High in the mountains of occupied Norway stood a factory unlike any other. Hidden among snow and cliffs, it produced a substance that many feared could change the future of the war. German scientists desperately needed one rare material, heavy water. Some believed it could help unlock the power of nuclear energy, and perhaps something even more terrifying. British intelligence knew one thing for certain. If the factory kept operating, Germany's nuclear research could become far more dangerous. It had to be stopped. The factory was built like a fortress. A deep gorge protected one side, steep cliffs surrounded the other, and heavily armed German guards watched every entrance. The Allies decided to strike first. Their plan was called Operation Freshman, a daring airborne assault that would destroy the factory in a single night. But almost immediately, everything began to go wrong. Thick clouds, freezing winds, and poor visibility turned the mission into a nightmare. One glider crashed into the frozen mountainside. The second soon followed. Survivors found themselves surrounded before they could even reach the target. The mission was a complete disaster. Many commandos were killed, and the survivors were captured. Under Hitler's infamous commando order, they would never return home. Failure changed the plan, but not the objective. This time, only a handful of Norwegian commandos would attempt the impossible. For months, a small advance team had survived alone in the frozen wilderness, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. After a dangerous parachute drop into occupied Norway, the new team finally reached the waiting scouts. Operation Gunnerside had begun. For several days, the commandos skied across frozen mountains, carrying everything they needed on their backs. Every step brought them closer to the heavily guarded factory. From a distant ridge, they finally saw their target. The Vemork plant stood untouched, surrounded by cliffs, guards, and searchlights. The obvious route was the bridge, but it was heavily guarded. Crossing it would be suicide. Instead of taking the bridge, Ronenberg chose a route the Germans believed no one would ever attempt. The freezing river at the bottom of the gorge was their first obstacle. One wrong step into the icy water could end the mission before it even reached the factory. Steady. After crossing the gorge, the climb began. Exhausted, freezing, and carrying heavy equipment, the commandos slowly scaled the nearly vertical cliff. Hours later, they reached the top, unnoticed. The impossible route had worked. Moving silently through the darkness, the team reached a narrow railway line leading straight to the factory. Only one obstacle remained: getting inside without raising the alarm. The commandos found an unguarded cable tunnel leading beneath the factory. It was exactly the opening they had hoped for. Inside the basement, they finally reached the heavy water production room. The mission had entered its most dangerous phase. Working in complete silence, they carefully attached explosives to the most critical production equipment. Every second felt like an hour. Before leaving, they deliberately left behind a British submachine gun, hoping the Germans would believe Britain had carried out the attack alone. Minutes later, the silence was shattered. A powerful explosion ripped through the plant, destroying the heavy water production equipment in seconds. Within minutes, German troops flooded the area. Searchlights pierced the darkness as alarms echoed across the valley. But the commandos were already disappearing into the mountains. Germany launched a massive manhunt involving thousands of soldiers. Roads were blocked, villages were searched, and every mountain trail was watched. The team split up. Some vanished into the Norwegian wilderness, while Joachim Ronneberg and several others skied nearly 400 kilometers to neutral Sweden, escaping capture completely. Months later, when Germany tried to move its remaining heavy water to the Reich, Allied resistance struck again. The ferry carrying the precious cargo sank to the bottom of Lake Tinn. Operation Gunnerside became one of the most successful sabotage missions of World War II. Whether it truly stopped Germany from building a nuclear weapon is still debated, but the courage of the men who carried it out is beyond question.